it time again for the yeah? All right, well, off we go then. And today we have for you Cheats Not Prospering, Cheats Prospering, Why Italian Managers Are the Best in the World, Cologne, and another Spanish side coming a cropper in Europe. Admittedly in an all-Spanish final, but still. Let's start with that anyway, the Europa League. Very much the Danny Minogue to the Champions League's Kylie this competition. Not quite so classy, but winning fans of late thanks to some high-profile matches, some very open legs, and flat-out performances, many of which have come from everybody's favourite team this season, Marcelo Bielsa's terrific Athletic Bilbao. However, Wednesday night's final game saw their fairy tale run come to a very sudden end as they were beaten 3-0 by Diego Simeone's macho Atletico Madrid side, with 2 goals from the Europa League sensation Falcao. Falcao? No, Falcao, says El Mundo Deportivo. At least they do if you buy the Catalan edition. If you buy the paper in the Basque Country, the two-faced so-and-sos are saying, it's a crying shame. The Lions lose the final of the Europa League in their worst game of the season. El Correo, from the same region, has more athletic players in tears, having what you might term a Bielsa blub. But they urge, back on your feet, lads. There's still the cup to win. The Copa del Rey, of course, in which they'll be facing Barcelona. Meantime, back in Madrid, home of Atletico, we've got Marca with Radamel, I love you. Me neither. While AS, having run Real Madrid on the cover for the past 364 days, now say, we are Atleti fans. Of course. Well, in Italy, meanwhile, Atleti's win on Wednesday, coupled with Barcelona's recent misadventures, saw Gazzetta hailing this as the death of total football. Are the winds of our sport changing? Said the paper, not without some relish. Looks like we could be back to the old defensive style of 2004. Well, we'll see about that, of course, this summer. But right now, it's fair to say the Italians have 1 or 2 other things to worry about. Things like the match-fixing scandal, for which the first trial this week has been announced. 61 people and 22 clubs are involved so far anyway. It's the first strong shock and it won't end here, warns the Corriere della Sera. Betting it's an earthquake, says the Corriere dello Sport. It's not just a Serie B scandal. It's a massive roundup and it's going to get bigger and bigger. Right now, 3 sides currently in Serie A, Atalanta, Siena and Novara, facing points deductions. And as I say, looks like more names could be on the way. Well, things looking bad for all those involved. Still, not to worry, because who knows, in 6 years' time, these same sides could be winning the Serie A title. That, at least, is a heartwarming message we draw from another big story in Italy, Sunday's triumph in the Italian league by Juventus, who beat Cagliari to claim Scudetto number 28. It would be 30, but they had the last 2 they won stripped 6 years ago for nobbling referees. Well, a couple of headlines here. Gazzetta dello Sport on Monday. Juve, it's yours. There's players celebrating. Delirio Juve. Juve delirium. Yep, got that one. She's back, says Corriere della Sera, the old lady, of course. And the papers, oh, here's another one. There we go. Champions of Italy. Yes, Juve. Yes, says the Corriere della Sport. How did they do it? Well, the papers credit various factors, from manager Antonio Conte to Milan's decision to let them have Andrea Pirlo on a free, that went well, to the fact that as of this season, Juventus are the only top division club with their own stadium, and it's sold out for all but 1 game this season. Here's the thing, though. Tuttosport in Turin, Juve 30. And again, the next day, Juve 3-star party. They get 1 of these for each 10 championships they win, because the club, having reclaimed their place at the top, are now pretending those 2 titles were never taken away. Post Sunday's win, Juve were drinking champagne from bottles marked 30, and that, they say, is the number they're sticking to. It's a bit like Ben Johnson going around saying he's still an Olympic gold medalist, or Jeffrey Archer claiming, well, anything. Astonishingly, not one paper in Italy has so far called Juventus out on this monumental chutzpah. Instead, while Juventus spent the weeks painting a large 30 on the roof of their stadium, the Gazzetta simply simpered. They've been so good this year, they kind of deserve all 30. Eh? That's not what the magistrate said. Well, anyway, on that frankly shocking note, let's move on to Germany with some Bundesliga news and the dark chaos. Wow, dark indeed. These are the scenes at Cologne Stadium as they got relegated from the Bundesliga this Sunday thanks to a 4-1 defeat to Bayern Munich. And look at the fans' reaction there, racing onto the pitch and letting off these enormous smoke bombs. It is, says Bild, the last picture that Germany has of FC Cologne in the Bundesliga. Bayern striker Mario Gomez says, I was scared. This is a disgrace to football. Oh dear, Cologne. Well, after the smoke bomb in the stadium, continues the paper, the fan frenzy continued with members of the dreaded Wild Horde touring the homes of relegated players, looking to give them a sending off. And later on in the paper, here's a shot of the Arsenal-bound Lukas Podolski very hastily packing his bags. Tellingly, a supporters banner over the weekend saying, "We wish we could go too." Well, given that Cologne have been relegated 5 times in the last 15 years, you'd think they'd be a little bit more used to it than that, but still worrying scenes in the Bundesliga. On to our final item for now, and a quick question. What links the Premier League, the Champions League, the FA Cup, Serie A, Ligue 1 and the Russian Super League this season? Is it John Terry's played badly in all of them? No, but it feels like it, doesn't it? Now, the real answer is they could well all be won by Italian managers. Potentially an astonishing sweep, and it's testament, says Marcello Lippi in the Gazzetta dello Sport this week, to the fact that Italian managers are the best. No one else has our techno-tactical mastery, says Marcello. There is no one Italian style. We have more variation than any other nation. Well, it's true. We were just hearing about all their creative approaches to winning matches. Anyway, Marcello continues. Spalletti in Russia, Ancelotti at PSG, Di Matteo, Mancini, the list goes on. Hey, you forgot Paolo Di Canio at League Two champion Swindon. Well, a nice little boost there for a country whose players aren't enjoying anything like the same kind of success internationally right now. Still, as the saying goes, those who can do, those who can't coach. And those who can't coach can always apply to Venky's. Well, that brings us to an end of another paper review. We'll be back with our final one of the season next Friday when we look forward to the Champions League final. So make sure you join us for that in 7 days' time. For now, though, from all of us here, it's goodbye.